Chaps. I'm calling today. I'm in Huntsville. The weather's incredible. I'm incredible. We're all incredible because we're here. I'm super excited to be here. I heard Mr. Moses online. It's good to hear that he is recouping and recovering. I want to encourage him to get some rest. He has a lot of leverage out here, and we want him to take advantage of it because we want him around for another 100 plus years. I think with easy he can do that, but I'm glad he's doing great. I heard the Atlanta event was off the hook. I knew it would be. I'm just super excited to be here. The Life Unlimited tours are still rolling. Let's continue to plug people into those tours. The XM burn is off the charts. 8 days, I'm down about 12 pounds. I counted this morning. The first thing I did was took my burn. I'm a little extreme. I took my burn. I'm drinking some XM Plus. But hey, I'm on the move, obviously. I feel like I can't be stopped. But I'm excited because it's put me into a whole nother mind frame, allowed me to do a lot more, stay up a little later, get up a little earlier, help more people. But I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are here. We're rocking and rolling. I appreciate everybody being involved. Continue to promote. The Diamond Dash, I think, is incredible. A lot of people shooting for those diamond ranks, leadership ranks. Great incentive on the table for getting it done. I heard Miss Horsley announced that Mike Sims will be in Dothan, Alabama this weekend. That's the first time. That'll be an incredible event. There are events going on all over the nation. The key for us is to plug into the calendar, know what's happening, but then get prospects plugged in. One of the biggest things that I think none of us take enough advantage of in our industry is the leverage. If you were raised in my house, you were taught if you want something done right, do it yourself. Exactly the wrong mindset in our industry. Incredible leadership all across the country. We just have to do our due diligence, make sure we know where the events are, know the details, and are taking advantage of the system and getting people plugged in. So I'll take about 20 minutes this morning. I'm excited. Obviously, you can hear I'm talking 100 miles an hour. But I'm excited to be here, excited to share with you guys. I'm always sharing from the heart. I had a chance to share with a couple of distributors last night just some of the basics. One thing I've learned, I'm a basketball coach, a successful basketball coach, have been for about 10, 15 years now. One thing I've learned is the best teams are always great at the fundamentals. The best teams can pass, the best teams can shoot, the best teams take care of all the fundamentals of the game. You don't have to be over athletic. You don't have to be super quick. You don't have to be able to leap tall buildings, run down speedy trains. If you can do the fundamentals, if you can master the fundamentals, you can be successful. Same thing in our business. I was sharing with some distributors last night what I think our focus every single day should be. We should focus on how many people we can peak, how many people we can pass, and how many people we can plug. And on the East Coast, in the South, we say peak, pass, and plug. Out West, they say invitation, validation, presentation. I say both. But they both are the same. They both are correct. Both are synonymous. But we have to understand the importance of being able to do them all. And I'll share with you. We'll go back to the basics. This will be elementary. Some of you guys will learn a lot. I teach myself every time I'm teaching. But this will be elementary to some of you guys. But I think it's super important for us to be able to master how to peak, master how to plug, master how to pass, and master how to plug. Now, let's talk a little bit about peaking interest. Every single day, our goal should be how many new people can I peak? How many new people's interest can I peak when it comes to my opportunity? The mindset for us to be successful has to be not who's going to get involved today, who can I help get started, how many people can I recruit. We cannot worry about who's going to get started. We cannot determine who's going to say yes. All we can determine and control is how many people take a look. I get excited just for people to take a look. I think the information is so powerful, the systems are so simple that the information will take care of itself. The product is definitely going to do the work if they get a chance to sample it or not. But the bottom line is how many people can I lead to take a look? Don't think about who's going to get involved. Don't think about how many people I can sponsor, but who's going to look? Who will be excited enough? Who will catch enough of my excitement to want to take a look? So I'll just share with you some basics, some elementary things, some things you'll know, some things you don't know. But hopefully they'll help us all, because the more people we can peak, the more people we can pass, and the more people that we can plug and that will ultimately get involved. And if we're all moving forward as a team, think today, if all of us on the phone today, I'm sure it's a couple of hundred, maybe even 1,000, I don't know, but imagine if all of us today could peak at least 3 new people, could pass at least 3 new people, and could plug via 3-way call 3 new people into somebody else. We would triple the opportunity of growth today just by each and every one of us simply doing 3. Alright? Now let's talk a little bit about peaking. Now, first thing I tell everybody is get excited. I mean, excitement is called. It's not taught. It's not taught. Get excited. I mean, I hear so many people being in the industry so long. I've been prospected. I get calls all the time. People want me to join their companies, and you call me, and you're not even excited about what you have. I don't want to take a look. Let's not become professors. Let's not become scientists. Let's not try to be super technical. All we have to do is get excited. People are nosy by nature. They'll take a look just because you're excited about whatever it is, but you have to first get excited. I tell people, man, I am excited. I was at a wake last night for a funeral. I had a close friend of mine, his mom passed, and I don't know what it was, but I prayed before I went in, and when I went in, you know me, if you've been around me, I'm always excited. I go in, I'm excited, and the whole room changes. And before we leave, everybody talks about Egypt. What are you doing now? What are you doing? At first it was, oh, we were sad, what was me? But I went in there excited, and everybody, what are you doing now? What are you doing? And you know me. But the whole scene and mood changed simply because I was excited. So understand that before you talk about your opportunity, before you share Egypt, before you do anything when it comes to your business, get excited. I had a mentor tell me years ago, think about the thing that excites you most. For me, it's my wife. I get excited when I think about my wife. I get excited that somebody will stay with me for over 10 years. It excites me. I get excited when I think about my kids. Get excited. Whatever it is that excites you most, you don't have to tell anybody, but get excited, all right? Before you share your opportunity, before you pick up the phone, I'm excited. Get excited. I call people and say, listen, I'm excited about what I have. You think you can take a look? I'm excited. I get excited, all right? First things first. Now, in the peak phase, remember, all we want people to do is take a look. As Chris used to say, he asks people, he tells people, hey, listen, I got something big. I don't really have much time to talk about it. I'm excited about it. Would you take a look at it for me? That's all you have to say. All we're looking for people is to say, sure, I'll take a look. Because we know it's a process. Sponsoring is a process. People have to go through that process, but all we want to do is get the process started. So today, ask people simple questions. Hey, is your health important to you? People always say yes. Say, look, I got something I'm excited about. I want to share with you. Would you take a look? That's it. How many times can we say that today to pique somebody's interest? I told a guy yesterday, I said, man, I'm down 11 pounds in 8 days. I'm excited about it. Do you know anybody that might want to lose some weight? Now, he was overweight. I was really saying it to him, but I didn't want to tell him. I was just hoping and praying he would say me. Guess what? He did. He said, I know a lot of other people, too, if it works for me. We just started the process. I didn't jump the gun, but I was excited. Asked a simple question, but I was prepared to pass him on. See, a lot of us, we know how to peak. It's easy because of our products to get people excited, but then when it comes to the pass, oh my goodness, that's where we lose it. And I'm guilty as well, I'll be honest. Sometimes I get so excited about Zeta, I get so excited about the testimony, I get so excited about the conversation, so excited about the dance, I get so excited that I lose it. I start talking about everything. We have to be controlled in the process. So I pitch you, but in my mind I have to know that the second goal, I know you're going to say yes, I know you're going to be open. The second goal is for me to pass you onto something else, onto the website, pass you on to a newsletter, pass you on to the magazine, pass you on to something else. I pitch you, but I have to be prepared to pass. A lot of us are not prepared to pass. We know how to pick, we get excited excited when we peak, but then we go into a State of the Union address when it's time to pass. No, it's not. Never is the time to talk. It's time to pass. So for me, I tell people different ways you can pass. You can use the I'm in a hurry. I really don't have time right now. I'm kind of in a hurry. But this info right here will tell you every single thing you need to know. I often use the quote-unquote I'm in a hurry. I don't have time. You should never have time because, see, when people get excited, they want to force you to try to tell them right then and there. You have to always be in a hurry. Dogs don't chase parked cars. You have to also always be on the move. We have incredible tools. You might be able to pull out the app, pull out your phone, pull up a video on the phone, whatever the case may be. Don't you try and do it yourself so you can always be in a hurry. That's one way. The second way, I'm always honest with people. I say, look, I don't want to bore you. I don't know what might excite you. The same thing that got me excited might not get you excited, but this DVD right here, this right here, it will give you the information. It will never get it wrong. It'll start on time. It'll stop on time. And I'd rather put it in your hands so I don't ruin the surprise for you. I'm always building the excitement, always building the element of surprise when I'm passing. But we have to be prepared to pass. We're all great at peaking. It's easy to peak because our product's so good. We're a walking testimony. We're walking billboards. But are we prepared to pass? All right? Think about that. Ask yourself, am I prepared to pass? I can peak with the best of them. I can get people excited. I can get people to take a look. But at that point, am I passing or am I just overselling it? Am I talking myself out of opportunity? Or am I patient enough? You have to be patient enough to pass. All right? Am I patient enough to pass? And then the plug. This is super important. We always hear, use a three-way call, use a three-way call, use a three-way call. The bottom line is this. We're always trying to teach as we're prospecting. We're always trying to teach individuals how to. We're always trying to teach the simplicity. We're always trying to teach just how our system works. You also have to be prepared to plug. When I say prepared to plug, I mean you have to know the dates and times of the conference calls. I know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I can plug my people into an opportunity call where they can hear about the opportunity. I know they can hear about the product. I know the numbers by heart. I know these things. I'm prepared to plug. Before I do a three-way call, I always reach out to some leadership, reach out to some teammates. I'm always reaching out and having people on standby to get on the phone with prospects, okay? You have to be prepared to plug. And then you have to know how. Now me, it's super easy for me because I don't mind edifying the next guy. If your ego is in the way, somebody told me years ago, ego was the acronym for edging God out. If it's all about you, you will never get it done. You have to be humble enough and selfless enough to be able to shine all the light on the next guy. You have to be able. I mean, when I got involved in the industry, Mike Sims has always been my sponsor in the industry. A couple of different companies always been my sponsor. I remember the first company, it was like pulling teeth to get me to take a look. But I remember him edifying a guy so incredible. I was super busy at the time. I had a job full time. I was coaching basketball. It seemed like more than I was my job. So I was always on the go. I can remember vividly late one night, getting home from practice. I was about to get in the shower. He called me and he said, listen, he did the edification. He said, listen, I have a guy that I want you to meet. This guy makes more money in a month than you make in a year. He's excited to meet you. He has right now to meet you. I want to get you on the line with him. Well, I tell Mike Sims, listen, I'm about to get in the shower. Can you call me back later? He stopped and paused and said, you don't understand. Did you hear what I just said? This guy makes more money in a month than you make in a year. He's taking time out of his schedule to meet you. See, I think a lot of times we as distributors, we don't respect enough of the people that we have on hand. We don't respect the David Moses enough. We don't respect the people around us enough and what they have versus our prospects care what you're eating, but it's not good enough for you to continue to not want to talk to this guy. I think we have to have more of a backbone to start letting people know just the place they stand when they have opportunities like that. But I said all that to say this. Mike Sims ended up doing that three-way call probably about an hour later. I sat on the corner of my bed butt naked for an hour waiting on him to call me, but it was because of the way he edified the gentleman that he was putting me on the phone with. We have to do a better job of building the excitement, building the credibility, building all the necessary things to put in place when we plug for events, when we are plugging people into calls, when we are plugging people into three-ways. Use some of the biggest adjectives you can find, broaden your vocabulary, raise the height of your excitement, but let's start letting people know and stop buying excuses. I heard years ago, either we buy other people's excuses or they buy ours. We buy their story or they buy ours. But I understand now, I'm not going to lose. If I tell you I have somebody I want you to meet, when I call you, when I call people, I never say, did I catch you at a bad time? I don't say that. I never say, is this a good time for you? I don't say that. If you picked up the phone, guess what? I know it's good. I don't care what you're doing. If it was a bad time, you wouldn't have answered. Am I being rude? I don't know. Somebody told me years ago, don't worry about being pushy, worry about being poor. I don't know, but I do know that if you picked up the phone, it's a great time for you. Let me tell you what I got in the amount of time that I got you while I got you. And then you can move on to whatever it was you were doing. We have to stop buying the excuses of everybody else. We have to stop setting ourselves up for failure. To me, questions like, is this a good time for you? Did I catch you at a bad time? To me, those are phrases that set us up for failure because we're asking for whatever it is they give us. If I call you and you pick up the phone and say, I'm glad I got you because I was about to move on. I got about 20 more people to call. Listen real quick, and I go right into it. I don't say how you doing. I don't say what's going on. I don't say how's the weather. I get excited. My energy goes to the next level, and I'll let you know what it is you need to know. We have to be in control. Are you controlling your exposures? Control the things around you or be controlled. Are you controlling? Not forcefully, but are you staying in control, or do you let your prospects determine what's going on and determine what's happening for you? So understand, when peaking, get excited. Stay excited. I'm excited about what I have. I got something really, really big going on. Will you take a look? Get excited. And then be prepared to pass. Be prepared. A lot of times we don't pass simply because we're not prepared. Somebody says they're excited, we get excited that they're excited, and we try to do a presentation on the spot. Start telling people, I don't have time right now. I want you to get the full presentation. I say phrases like that. I don't want you to miss anything. I may leave something out. Start saying things like that to pass people on to something third party that will allow them to get it done. And then when you're plugging, let's be more forceful. Let's remove our egos. Let's become better at edification. Let's become better at explaining who we are, who they are, that people are meeting. Let's become better at doing those things, become more selfless and less selfish, and start doing a better job of letting our prospects know the opportunity they have. If I don't get you on the phone with this guy right now, I may not be able to reach him again for a month. He wants to meet you tonight. Start saying that to people. We have to be more respect of the people that we have access to, understand how powerful they are and how privileged we are to have them, and start taking full advantage. So today, how many people can you be? How many people can you pass? And how many people will you plug? We have to become masters of the fundamentals. The best trained team always wins. Teach your team the fundamentals by you doing the fundamentals, and watch what happens. We got about 30 minutes before the bottom of the hour. Anybody, any events? I know events are happening all over the place. Any events you guys would like to promote? Anything you guys would like to add before we close it off? comfort zone and live your dreams. You guys have an incredible day. We'll see you on top.